Travis. This morning's bitterly cold temperatures and dangerous wind chills are extending the holiday break for many students across the area this morning, with lots of late starts and full closings across the area. Among those districts not having classes today: Hastings, Kearney, Grand Island, and Lincoln Public Schools. We have that full list running at the bottom of our screen, as well as at khastv.com. There have been issues with Weather Threat. That's the service we use on our website to collect those closings. Other places having that as well. Just keep refreshing seems to be the way to get that full list going up there.
And if you go to our page, click on Weather and then Closings. That's where it's at.
That's the trick to do that, yes.
All right. Well, this morning, Hastings Public Schools Superintendent Craig Couch joins us live on the phone this morning to talk about their decision to keep kids home today. Good morning, Craig. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
Well, my first question for you, sometimes it's more obvious to keep kids out of school when you have a blizzard or snow conditions across the area. Is it a little more difficult when you're dealing with temperatures?
It is difficult. In fact, this is one of the tougher decisions. You know, even despite the frigid temperatures, I'm not even sure I'm right this morning as to whether we should have closed or not. But in the end, we just felt that our top priority, and that's student safety, ought to prevail, and so we elected to close.
Yeah, let's talk about what goes into that decision-making, Craig. Obviously, you're worried about kids having to walk to school. On the other hand, when they get there, those buildings are going to be warm. You're going to have a warm lunch for them. How much did each of those factors play into that?
Well, obviously, the kids' trip to school is what began to bother me and what began to concern me. I mean, we're projected to have temperatures 35 below. At that level, it doesn't take very long before somebody can develop frostbite. And we look at the wind chill factors and frostbite factors and just felt that some of our kids didn't have a very good a safe route to school this morning.
And is your decision affected at all by what other schools' decisions are?
Absolutely. In fact, we talked to other superintendents. You know, I was aware of what Kearney's decision was and was aware of what Grand Island's decision was, and had talked to both Dr. Marr and Grand Island Superintendent, Dr. Winter.
When you're talking about that decision and you're talking about the criteria going into those things, let's also talk about late starts. A lot of the other school districts doing the late starts. You guys have always been a district with a policy of it's either all or nothing. Do you ever rethink that policy at all? We developed that policy after years of working with the community. Our community's a working community. There are people that get up and go to work where both parents are at work a lot of times, and it's just very, very difficult for them to assist their kids when we late start. And so while we've talked a lot about do we change that, do we go with late start, I think in our community, within our context, we're probably making the right decision for our community. All right, Craig Couch, not letting you sleep in on this snow day. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Well,
You're welcome.